Hello, my name is Caleb Smith. I'm here with the Rocket Miner for an update for September 21st, 2020. The last day of summer. I don't know about you, mine was certainly memorable this year. Flashing back to some headlines that just occasionally fall out of our usual rotation. On Sunday, Sweetwater County School District Number 1 announced that it had a student that had tested positive for COVID-19. As part of the follow-up protocol, families were said to have been alerted through contact tracing in coordination with county health officials. And the district says that 2 teachers in a classroom are in quarantine. That's one reason why district staff has stressed that while they recognize that doing more video teaching is a burden on teachers, it is asking them to do more, especially if you're trying to do all these other extra things they're doing right now. But they don't know that at any one time that students and or teachers would be put into quarantine. If not, the whole district would be forced to switch to virtual learning like it did this past spring. The district answered some common questions on the topic, such as what is close contact, saying that students had close contact. That's defined as being within 6 feet of an infectious person for at least 15 minutes or more. Those who have had close contact are required by public health officials to quarantine at home for 14 days after the known contact. Another question is, what do you do if your kid gets sick? In general, doesn't matter whether it's COVID-19 symptoms or not, people are said keep your kid at home. And if it is the type of thing where you suspect it's testing, or that it's COVID, there is free testing available for families that have students in the district. That's something that can be worked out through the testing stations at Memorial Hospital, Sweetwater County, or the Castle Rock Medical Center. Sunday's student alert came on the heels of, at the end of the school week, Sweetwater County School District Number 2 announced that a student had tested positive for COVID-19 at Green River High School, with similar contact tracing and alerts going on. The other big thing that happened today, and the reason why I'm posting a little bit later than usual, is that the Western Wyoming Community College Board of Trustees met in a special session tonight. 2 primary things were discussed. One, they were looking at proposed items to make up deficit in their current fiscal budget year. It was an amount that had previously been covered by reserves, but to go forward, they really wanted to identify the best way to make up the not quite $850,000 short. And it's one of those things where at the previous meeting the board had declared a financial emergency to both take care of this and possibly identify more than $900,000 in additional cuts. The choice selected by the College Board Trustees was the one recommended by the President's cabinet. And to make up this amount, there are about 10 vacant spots on the college campus, positions that have remained unfilled that they're going to eliminate for this school year. Furthermore, they're going to reduce the stipend that staff is able to put toward medical costs. In the past, the college has there's a $3,000 stipend provided, and starting January 1st, 2021, that will be lowered to a $2,700 stipend. The college officials noted that if you're a single-family person, that's something where that stipend should cover your insurance plan. If you want more, then you need to pay more, and then, like I said, going forward, there would be more that would be incurred by the staff's family. But that by itself is supposed to save them about $31,000 a year. I forgot to mention that those 10 vacant positions that will go unfilled, that should save them about $582,000 as well. They're also going to reduce the college's contribution to employee retirement by 2%. That is also going to be effective January 1st. That should save them about $120,000. And the other thing is that they're going to postpone making adjustments for salaries. Back at the start of the year, the Board of Trustees had earmarked $200,000 to be distributed based on the results of a comprehensive study on salaries, and when it looked like the market price and pay was in favor of the staff, was B, to give some of them raises. It's noted that A, that study hasn't been completed because of COVID-19, and B, that's quite an expense right now. So while both college staff and trustees stress that this is something that they still believe is important, and they are hopeful to be able to return to in the next fiscal year, that at this time that's something that they're going to further postpone. All these cuts under the scenario should actually put the college over a little bit. It should take care of that deficit. Now, there's some qualifiers in there. It remains to be seen what funding models are, tuition from students. For the sake of comparisons, the college's numbers were based on the fact that saying, just anticipating what had been the budget cuts already, and what looking ahead, there's still a bit of work to do. The more than one member of college administration stressed, like Dr. Kim Dale, saying this is not the end of it. There's still more to be done. Hopefully, we'll receive more information. The next big statewide financial report, the Craig report, should be coming out in October. That should give them some indications. The board passed the suggested plan with the understanding that it can be revisited. It's supposed to provide flexibility, and the hope is that coming the next fiscal year, cuts won't be as tight. But they're still trying to be prepared for at least another $1.7 million cut to the general fund, and that may not even take account additional losses of funding from other areas. That remains to be seen. The other major thing that the College Board did is that it did a review of its degree programs and the courses that are provided, and there are going to be some changes made. As it is, a majority of the courses, more than 30, are going to stay exactly as they are. The suggestion is that the programs be tweaked just so that more electives could be provided, that it's not quite as stringent or prescribed, that there's some more flexibility in there. But in general, that many programs will stay currently as they are. That includes degrees in Art Foundation, Automotive Technology, Business Administration, Business Information Systems, Business Management, Communications, Computer Science, Criminal Justice, Diesel Technology, Electrical and Implementation, Elementary and Early Childhood Education, Emergency Medical Services, Paramedicine, Engineering, Exercise Science, Industrial Maintenance, Mining Maintenance, Nursing, Plant Operations, Psychology, and Welding. In some areas, those are the ones we're going to mostly stay the same. In a different category we're entering in is that some degrees are going to be kind of consolidated into new degrees, meaning to have the same flexibility mentioned before. But but the idea is that just due to the number of students who are currently signed up and showing an interest, they say that it usually takes about 8 students to go through a program to break even. The suggested tier that they're going to be watching for is to have at least 12 students interested in a degree program, just because not everybody necessarily makes it through the end of the year, or makes it through multiple years of a course. So some new programs or new degrees are included in AA and Performing Arts. That's going to incorporate the theater, musical theater, technical theater, theater education, dance, with entertainment industry, and dance and entrepreneur. It's just one of those words I just can't say. And music. Those are all going to be going under the humanities division, and that will be a new performing arts degree, and you can have your emphases within there. Another combined degree is going to be in the Math and Sciences division, particularly in AS and Biological Sciences. That includes Biological General, Biological Organic, Natural Sciences, and Natural Resources. Like I said, those are all going to be falling under the Biological Sciences degree. Another new degree is going to be an AS in Pre-Health Sciences. It was noted that, like this past year, about 100 students identified themselves as aspiring nursing students. And when you are moving on, only about 40 people are accepted to the nursing program. What do you do for those who still remain? And a new Pre-Health Sciences will allow people to still get a lot of the same degrees, and especially those who were previously looking at pre-medical sciences, pre-pharmacy, pre-radiology. Another combined degree is going to be under the an AA in social science. That's going to allow people to, or that's going to combine the previous degrees for history, anthropology, sociology, social work, and political science. Like I said, you can have those your emphases in there. There will also be a new AA in secondary education degree, and that will fold in secondary education in English, and these are all secondary education. So the subjects of English, math, physical education, science, social studies, and Spanish. And now we're getting to the ones that are a little bit trickier. 3 programs are going to be placed on hiatus, as in courses will still be offered when viable. They might put a course listing out there, and if they get a certain number of students, that would be something that'll go on, but without enough interest, or an extended amount of time without there being an interest, there just may not be listed, or even if like 1 or 2 people sign off, that may not be enough for them to offer the course at that current semester. And those programs include an AAS in natural gas compression, and a similar program in oil and gas production. Knowing that this used to be one of a very popular course at the college, one of the fundamental things that industry was based on. The current economic, political environment, they're just choosing to place it on a hiatus. Like I said, not necessarily to get rid of it, but just be watching those numbers very closely and see where the interest is. And that same goes for an AS in geology. The last one will be programs that are closed. And they stress that while the degrees may be eliminated, the courses are still going to be offered. And that includes the AA in English, and AA in Spanish, as well as an AS in Mathematics and AS in Chemistry. More change is coming. We still have a couple more months to go. And there's plenty of time for things to go up, go down, go sideways. My suggestion to you is just keep an eye on things, be kind and considerate toward others, and look for the high points. I mean, fall starts tomorrow. I'm excited about that. I know around here, fall weather doesn't seem to last very long. But if anything, for those of you who feel like they haven't had quite enough spiced cocoa or more importantly, spiced pumpkin in your diet, now is a good opportunity for you to be able to change that. Keep watching the Rocket Miner for news updates. For now, I'm going to wish you a good day and a safe fall. Bye.